Hey, what do you say? This is Dami again, and a few months ago, I actually did a video reviewing some of my most used techs in the studio. I had so many options. Some of you guys were asking about the Zoom R4 and how unique it is, and the internal DSP processing effects and guitar effects and all that good stuff, how it works in real life. So today I'm doing a dedicated video on that. If you've not seen the original video, you can check it out over here. My name is Dami. I'm a guitar player and audio engineer, and sometimes some gears just need their own review, and all I'm doing here today is just sharing how I use this and what it can do, what it doesn't do, what to expect when you get it. And again, this is not a video for you to go cough out some money. You don't have to go buy new gear. No, this is just me explaining the gears that I use in the studio that are extremely useful for me, that has been very, very, very good equipment that I use, and I utilize the heck out of them. I get value from them, and they make my workflow easier. So this is not a call for you to go and buy another gear. It's just for me to share what makes my production, my creative process easy for me in the studio. So if this might help you, then you should go get it. If you don't need it, or you don't already have a system that works, just watch this video for entertainment and have fun with it and just enjoy my story. Maybe you will learn one or two things here, and that's the whole idea. That's a full disclaimer. I wasn't sent this. This is my own gear that I bought with my money, and I found value in it, and I've been enjoying it ever since. So with that aside, let's go straight to the video of today. Okay, this is the Zoom R4. It's a multi-track recorder and it's like almost a DAW in a small format. And let me explain what that is actually. So this does a lot of things, and it actually does it well. Now, in the last month, I was in my studio, and I was able to utilize the heck out of this piece of gear. And one thing it is, number one, it's an audio interface. That's just off the back. You have a 2 in and 2 out audio interface. Perfect. Good headphones amp on the left. You have your volume control, and you have like this mixer like fader, which are really cool, and they're pretty smooth to move around with. And you can power these with your micro SD, which is kind of a way to go. I can plug it in here and power it, or you can power it with AA batteries. You're gonna need 4 of them. And unlike some other Zoom recorders that has just 2, this requires 4, just because it does a lot more than a regular recorder would do. Now this, like I said, it's also an audio interface. You can also have an SD card inserted to record and do whatever you want. You have 2 combo jacks here. So you can have 2 XLR microphone, or you can have a guitar plugged in here, or a bass, or whatever, or a line in to record. Unlike any other recorder, this doesn't have like a dedicated line in on the side, anything. You just have these 2 jacks. But what you can do is you can multi-track, record multiple tracks, and mix them as you go. So it's not really just a voice recorder. This is actually geared towards musicians. I like to power this with battery, and a quick shameless plug here. I've been using this extra battery. They are rechargeable batteries. You don't want to subscribe to alkaline batteries. They're not sustainable, and they cost a whole lot more, and then they're single use. I mean, it could be good in some scenarios, but I prefer rechargeable batteries. This is from Extra, and so far something that is really unique about this is you can actually charge it as you go, because it has its own dedicated USB charger. Just a quick plug over there. The folks over at Extra, they sent this over to me. So yeah, I mean, it's not sponsored, but it's actually a good product that I've been using for a while. And you can charge it here. Just plug in your regular USB-C and charge that, but that would be a pain in the butt to actually charging it individually like that. What they have done that is super dope and is super cool is they include this charger with it. Now you have 4 different USB-C outlet here, which means you can just plug all 4 of them in at the same time and have them charging, which is kind of really cool. I mean, like, just plug them all in, and then plug this to your laptop or your power bank or anything, and stay true stuff. So that's just something on the side that I like to do. And another way that I actually like to use this with my other batteries is just use one of my battery charger cases. This is not Extra, this is just from another brand on Amazon. I just throw them in and they charge as well. So just get that out of the way. This is fully charged, so let's throw those in here and power the zoom up. Also, shout out to Xstar for sending these over. They're pretty nice. Okay, so now that we have power, batteries inserted, turn it on, and you get greeted by the, menu. It does an SD card scan and all that good stuff, which is really cool. The inputs, you can select any. You have your input A and input B. You can switch your gain, volume, and all that good stuff. What this also has is it records 32-bit float. If you don't know what that is, I'm sure by now you probably heard a few things about 32-bit float. What that does is just gives you bigger headroom, so your signal does not clip. Basically give you more headroom to either increase your gain or turn it down in post-production. Basically, that's a simple introduction to what 32-bit float is. This has a lot of weird stuff in here. Number one, you see me click rhythm, so you have a drum track here, so you can actually have a drum track going while you're playing your guitar. You have a bunch of effects here. You have mic effects in here, and you can select between different effects as you deem fit. You can, like you see here, you have a preamp, you have another preamp, another three up to five different types of preamps, and you have compressors. You have guitar amp 1, which is an MS19. These are the same effects you have from all the Zoom effects, multi-effects pedal. You have similar here as well. I think you have up to like 5 of 6 actually. Oh, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, you have an orange amp here. You have 12 guitar amps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you have 8 bass amps, which is crazy. So you can have all those amp and cabs all in here while you're recording. So if you want to play a quick track or quick recording with amp simulations when you don't have a real amp, these can actually work for you. This is something that I was explaining to you guys, that it's almost a dollar's option for you as a musician. And all right, let's move off of there. Let's move to the second channel here. Here you can still have similar. You can have your compression. You have multi-compression here. You have overdrives, different types of overdrive. You have chorus, you have detune, you have phaser, you have basically everything you have on your Zoom multi-effects pedal. They are here. And have preamps for your voice, and you have guitar effects for your guitar processing, and you can have all that on your input 1, so you can have all that DSP going in there, right? Track 2, you can control reverb. You can do a little EQ here when you're recording, and you have echo, reverb. You can pan. You can do a little EQ here on your track 2 as well, and you can do the same on track 1. And what this does is it can record individual tracks for you, and then it can give you a rough mix as well after you're done recording. It has an inbuilt microphone if you want to use that on channel A, or you can just use the input. The only sad part is you cannot use both the mic and the input A. You gotta pick one. Either use the external mic or use the actual input on their input A. But then you also have the input B, so you can plug in let's say an XLR mic or XLR mic or a guitar as well into that particular setup, which is really cool. And so I'm sure you guys want to hear what all those sounds like, so let's plug this up with a guitar and with a microphone, and let's hear what. Okay, so now I have my microphone connected here. I have the MK600 from Sennheiser microphone here. Now the gain is preset to a pretty decent amount of gain here. I'm pointing the microphone to my mouth, so you might hear some pops and all that good stuff. But you can turn on the preamp. Now you have the preamp on, and you can just say okay and move to the drive and kind of tone that down however you desire, and turn the drive down, or you can turn the drive up, and you can already hear that distortion there. So if you have a low gain microphone, you can actually boost this with some DSP effect, which is pretty neat. And you can just say okay, we can turn the drive down, let's say 11 o'clock, and press okay and move to the tone, and then increase the tone a little bit. Now you can hear some ear and some clarity depending on the type of microphone you're using, or you can just tone that down to make the microphone a little bit darker, which is something you have the power to do if you so choose. Or you can make it brighter, like now, like so. Now you have some ear in your microphone, and that's the preamp. So if I decide to plug something else here apart from a microphone, let's say a guitar, I can actually use the amp simulation here, and I'll play the guitar, and all these will be recorded on the device. And I can also monitor live like I'm monitoring right now. If you see, there's an audio jack here that is going straight to my mixer, and that is getting into the camera, which is what you're hearing right now. It's pretty standard, it's pretty neat and pretty decent. So and faders do well. Turn it back up and you can hear some clipping, and you can turn it down, and you don't have to worry about that clipping because you can bring it down in post because it's 32 float. It's actually recording right now as well. So yeah, you can do a lot of playing around with these gear here, and that's that. Want to add some effects to my vocals? I can just say, okay, let's move to somewhere else, and on bypass now I have a sequencing effect on my voice, which is kind of creepy. Let's come here again. Low pass filter, auto wire, reverse delay. Yeah, you can hear that delay there. Delay. So you can actually have effects here. You can hear that delay. So if you're using these live on stage, you can have some DSP processing. All right, and you can change the time if you like. Let's do the time. Let's drop it down to 200. 98 milliseconds, and you can already hear that. So if you want to sing and do all sorts of stuff, you can do all that here. And you can also turn down the mix right here and turn it down the mix. So now the delay is there, but it's not all over the place. Pretty neat, right? Pretty decent. And go back again. Again, there's so much you can achieve here, and this is just the default page that I'm having here. So you can have the full workstation here, record guitar, record live vocals with effects or without effects, and just have fun without taking your laptop or taking your DAW. And this battery can last up to, I've used this up to 6 hours without any backup, and you should be good with regular batteries with this. So that's what this is. I just wanted to kind of show you guys what this can do and how much you can achieve with such a tiny, small device that is reasonably priced. Now, I got this used or open box deal for like $110 on Amazon. I know it usually retail for around $200 or more. But again, if you look around, you can find a better deal. I'll leave some links in the description if you want to get this, if you think it will be useful for you as well. And all right, let me just connect my mic. All right. Now, this is the internal mic. This is what you get with the internal mic. And if I put this close to my mouth, this is what you hear. Pretty decent mic. It's an omnidirectional mic, so it's not going to pick up as much direct sound like you would like it to, but I mean, it is nice to have. So I'm back into input 2 here. Just turn it up all the way, and if you don't like it, if it sounds too much, you can turn it down and you still have your good signal here. So yeah, I'm sure someone is there in the comment section like, hey, plug some guitar in there and let's hear how the guitar sounds. Of course, I'll try that in a second. So as you guys can see, there's almost an endless possibility with just a tiny small device that doesn't cost as much as your laptop or as your DAW will cost. It's very utility based device, and again, if you get distracted a lot, or you're somewhere in the woods, or you're just somewhere in an hotel or somewhere far away and you want to record ideas and you don't want to haul your laptop because it's just too much distraction, you just need a recorder. This has been a good creative tool for me to record ideas, record conversations, record podcasts, because you can actually have 2 mics connected to this, and you can record your podcast and then bounce it off of here to your laptop or send it over, and you can do all sort of stuff with the device. So yeah, this has been a very useful tool for me, especially out of the studio. And again, did I mention there's an audio interface as well, so you can just plug it in to your computer and plug your guitar in or plug your microphone in and still record directly into your DAW, or you can just record directly on device. Either ways, you get good high quality files. The preamps are pretty decent. It's not high end, but again, it does what it does well. I don't think it gets better than these, except you want to spend like $5,000 in some high level converters and all that stuff. But again, I think the preamps are pretty decent, and the again, the low self noise, my channel does not do all that numbers, so I'm not going to be able to give you all that information. But again, for your creative process, if you just want something that works well, this is something I will definitely recommend. So my name is Dami. If you want videos like this, or if you like videos like this, let me know in the comment section. If you have any questions or if there's something I'm missing, let me know. I will definitely respond either in your comments or just make a follow-up video for that. Thank you again. I'll leave the link in the description for if you can find this on a good deal on Amazon or somewhere else. And thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. And again, check out extra batteries. They're pretty decent if you have devices that uses AA batteries or just around the house, your remote and all that stuff. I would recommend them. They're actually good and perfect designs, and they last and will save you a lot of money. And again, it has what does it over 1200 cycles. If you're buying AA alkaline battery, you're gonna spend a whole lot of money, and this is just perfect. So, and it also has no memory effects. It's grain, and you can use this up to 1,200 times. That's a lot. So thank you for listening to me, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.